Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today, well, I've got a lot going on today because, yet again, after continuing to take $180 out of my bank account every month, my internet service provider, Cox Communications, continues to give me the worst possible service known to man. By that I mean I have no internet right now. In fact, the internet at my house went out around 11 o'clock this morning, and I'm recording this at, well, 3 this evening, and it still does not work. And I haven't been told anything in an email, a text, or anything from Cox, so I don't know when it's coming back on. Have I tried to contact them? Yes. Do they care? No. So, but that's okay, because today is our usual day for our weekly replay video, and today we have a replay featuring the Tier 10 Japanese tech line destroyer, the Shimakaze, being piloted by Dilly Willy, someone who we featured here on the channel beforehand. And I am, of course, watching this with you guys for the first time, so I have no idea what happens in this replay. Now, apparently, too, Nope, don't want to exit the game. The game seems to have forgotten all of my settings for the replay, so please give me a second while I get all of this back to normal. Because, again, why would it save the settings that I set every single time? But, oh well, I think that's just about everything. Alright. So, anyway, yeah, he is in the Shimakaze, the Tier 10 Japanese torpedo destroyer. It looks like he is running the 12-kilometer torpedoes, which the DD Lords tell me are the good ones. And he did give me a kind of generic rundown of what happens in this game, so I do believe you're going to want to stick around for the duration of it. How long does it last? I don't know. I hope not too long, because I have to upload this via cell phone data after I get done putting this all together, which takes forever because naturally I have terrible reception out here in BFE. But anyway, so CCAP, he did dump some torpedoes to the eastern side of the island there. Ooh, Kitakami, look at that. The other destroyer. Well, I was going to say the other torpedo destroyer, but I caught myself before I said destroyer. Oh, I'm sorry, I caught myself... tried to catch myself before I said torpedo destroyer, but I caught the torpedo part, but not the destroyer part. The other torpedo ship on this flank, the Kitakami, I mean, it really is a destroyer. It's really a destroyer with a citadel, with how frail it is, but it can pump out an absurd amount of torpedoes. Oh, he hit something out east. I'm assuming it might be one of their DDs. A pretty healthy DD if it didn't outright die from that. And let's see if he does manage to clip the Kitakami. It would be so ironic if he does murder a Kitakami like this. But the Kitakami actually uses its guns to kill something and kills a gearing. Oh yeah, it was the other Shimakaze that he clipped with one of his torpedoes. That's pretty good. Alright, and what about the Kitakami in the smoke? Any purchase on that? No, does not seem like. It's always fascinating to watch a torpedo boat play, because I am too much of a chimp to play torpedo boats for the most part. Only like the Jaeger with their stupidly fast torpedoes can I really get to work consistently right. So watching the patience and the map knowledge required to get these torpedo boats to work is always pretty fascinating from my part. Alright, so he looks like he does manage to scare the Kitakami out of the cap at least, so he's able to get into the cap for himself. The St. Vinny is looking like he might be coming around that corner anytime soon. The Soyuz is going to pull up to the island. If he does get right up to the edge of the island, he has a pretty good chance of, there we go, of spotting that St. Vinny through assured detection. Ah, someone has radar here. Oh, the Petro radar. Catches him right before the halfway point in the cap. But no one's really in place to shoot at him. The St. Vinny might be able to if he pulls up. Oh, but oh, come on, get the Sherman with the torps. Do the funny. Do the funny. Get the Sherman. Yes! Gets him with one torpedo, takes him down to 9,000 HP. The Soyuz follows that up with some of his 16-inch AP, and the Sherman doesn't understand how detection works because he's still just firing his guns at his, as fast as angry little sailors can load them into the breach, and look at that stream of HE shells. Good God. I guess he doesn't care about being spotted, which is, I mean, apparently the friendly team isn't really shooting much at him, so I guess, why not? Yeah, ooh, he might catch one up the rudder. Okay, but the Soyuz does take him out with a follow-up shot. Thankfully, the Russian battleships are quite resistant to HE spam, so he doesn't take too much damage there. You know, that deck armor is quite fearsome, and it looks like he does have a heal going right now, countering the fires. Alright, so the Shikishima... Ooh, is he going to run some of those torps that he sent out there? If he turns hard over to this... Oh, nope, they do run out. Yeah, 12-kilometer torps. He's 13 kilometers away. Duh. Petropavlovsk is also running away. The Kitakami is still around, so is the St. Vinny. St. Vinny is playing like an American cruiser and just hugging that island with everything that he's got. Alright, so we do get some torpedoes out on the Shikishima. He is coming towards Dilly here, so he is very much going to be within torpedo range. The Kearsarge planes do get our Shikishima hero spotted. Speaking of Shikishima, there's the other one that ate the torpedo earlier, down to 4k HP, and I believe we're about to witness the power of Japanese HE Alpha, and skadoosh, there we go. We have eliminated the enemy Shikishima, but he's good. He's good. Thought he got some torpedoes out on the Soyuz. The Kitakami, however, did get his deep water torpedoes launched, but of course those are no worries to our hero and the DD here, so he can sail over them and not worry about anything, for they will not hit his precious destroyer. Alright, how's the situation going as far as everything else? Well, friendly team has lost 2 destroyers, enemy team has lost 2 destroyers and a cruiser, and oh yeah, that's right, the points are flipped because, again, why would the replay work, right? So the points are flipped. That's the most recent feature of the replay system, where the points for the friendly team are displayed on the enemy team side, and the points for the enemy team are displayed on the friendly team side. So the friendly team is up by a little over 85 points at this moment. Exactly 85 points. I actually was good at math there for a second. So they are in the lead. However, the enemy team is capping the A cap at the moment. Things are pretty stale so far. But Hindenburg might... No, he's not going fast enough. He's stopping. He's not going to get those torpedoes unless he does something quite radical here in a moment. But Dilly does have 2 more sets going for him. But the Hindenburg does also have hydroacoustic search, so he could simply, well, see them. Enemy Shikishima does take out the friendly Soyuz, so that leaves the C cap completely open for the enemy team. Now, Dilly left his AA on, but it actually doesn't really matter because the ASW aircraft won't spot you, but they did see your AA guns go off if he was paying attention, so he knows you're somewhere around here. Which, somebody knows he's around here anyway, because someone does have RPF on their commander. So, friendly Schlieffen goes down. That's no bueno. So the friendly team is starting to lose points now. We're down to 185 on the friendly side. That St. Vinny is probably very much... I would say it's probably what Dilly is detecting here with his RPF. He's hugging that island. He's probably going to charge around now that it's been capped. No, because he feels safe, like, oh, we've capped it now. There's no DDs around, because clearly they won't let me take in that cap. And let's see. It looks like he is pushing up. 7 kilometers away. Ooh, that first rack of torps is looking pretty okay. He might clip him there. With 1? Oh, man. So close. 3rd rack, maybe, depending upon what he does here. You have a Colbert, a Napoli, and an Otago behind Dilly right now that are dumping their shells into this St. Vinny, or in the Napoli's case, is her secondary guns. Oh yeah, that 3rd rack's going to hit at least 1. 1 on the bow, 1 on the midsection. Gets 1 instance of flooding there. Now St. Vinny is being dogpiled by the friendly ships behind him. And look at that, again, that constant stream of HE from that Colbert. My god. Petropavlovsk takes out the friendly Jinan out west. So the friendly team is not doing so hot out west. While in the east, they're about to murder the St. Vinny here with a handful of cruisers that they have over here. Out west seems to be not going so well. When it did appear like it was going pretty smoothly earlier, but things have gone quite south. Looks like the friendly team pushed a little bit too far up, and now they've, well, have been murdered for their problems. Alright, there goes the St. Vinny, though, giving the friendly side some points back on the board. They have not capped a single cap at this point whatsoever. 10 minutes into the game, which that is going to start to show its ugly head here if they don't get something capped soon, because they will lose on points alone. So the friendly light cruisers and, well, the Napoli... Well, actually, no, the Otago is a heavy cruiser. The friendly heavy cruisers seem to be targeting the Hindenburg next. Dilly is is vibing on over to the B cap now. there is still, of course, the chance that that Cossack might pop up. But, I mean, something's got to be done, because if the friendly team doesn't get some caps on the board, they're not going to have a chance of winning this match. Dumps 2 of his 3 sets of torps at the corner of that island. I mean, you got the Shikishima, the Kearsarge, and something else. Oh, the Petropavlovsk. All SWAT stacked up on that island. Kitakami goes down, but then the enemy Cossack takes down the friendly Saint Vinny. Not ideal. The friendly side is yet down again to 150 points. And unfortunately, Dilly was not able to get into that B cap and start capping or contesting it because, well, you have 3 ships that are all chilling next to each other. However, for a torpedo destroyer, that is exactly what you want to see. He's probably going to catch a couple of them here, if I had to guess, with those 2 racks. Let us see what happens. So, Petro gets... Oh, wow, never mind. Yeah, see, this is why I cannot play torpedo destroyers. I would simply rage too much at the misses that I get. Ooh, down to 100 points now for the friendly team because the friendly Napoli does go down. There's a Yami and a U-190 out west, and then that's it for the friendly team. They are mega down on kills at this moment. Okay, this 3rd rack of torpedoes, that Kearsarge or that Petro, I think that Kearsarge might enjoy his daily dose of fish here if he keeps on his current heading. Okay, so the Shikishima and the Petro go dark. Kearsarge, ooh, is he turning out? I think he might be turning out ever so slightly. I suspect those torpedoes are spotted, and he's not going to get anything off of that. Ugh. And the enemy team is capping the B cap now because the Petro and the Kearsarge have managed to turn around and get into the B cap. So stuff needs to die and caps need to cap, or this is not getting anywhere near victory for the friendly team. The friendly Yami, though, does seem to get the message, and he's pushing up into the A cap. That U-190 has to have the Cossack just all over him at this point. At least the Cossacks being a good DD and chasing down, trying to murder the submarine. The enemy submarine, we haven't even seen him in a bit. It's just a salmon right now. And he's still alive, too. It's just a salmon, yeah, like there's any other salmon, any other submarines in the game. Oh, yep, there we go. Enemy Cossack does take out the friendly DD. So that is putting the friendly team down now to 4 ships with a mere 60 points on the board. And looks like Dilly is going for the YOLO charge. He is turning his Shimakaze into a YOLO Emilio. He's going after the Shikishima. Shikishima's dropping depth charges on top of the Shimakaze, because that's how that works. Oh yeah, just a couple of torpedoes on the bow, and this is the dead Shikishima. He is going to need some AP, but thankfully, no armor, best armor, and well, the little Shimakaze here is not bothered by the 20-inch shells going into his ship. Should be a dead Shikishima here. Yep, there we go. There's too much Us and Shus in these Japanese ship names. Opening up on the Conqueror, quite ironic with his HE. Does take out the enemy Shikishima though, but then the enemy Conqueror takes out the friendly Yami, so you just traded a battleship for another battleship down there. Down to 40 points now on the scoreboard, spotted by the hydroacoustic search of the Petropavlovsk, but it looks like no one is around to shoot at our hero. If he doesn't manage to cap this B cap, this is literally going to be the first cap of the game for the friendly team. Shells coming in for the Kearsarge go well over the Shimakaze here. Those torpedoes should be spotted. Looks like the Kearsarge is doing anything to outmaneuver them, although he might not have to. That is a very conveniently Kearsarge-sized gap in the spread. No, he's still going to need 1. Those were spotted, and he just sailed right into them. All right, oh, hello, Conqueror from 4 kilometers away. Let's see. This should sink him if he does hit him, but it is a Conqueror, so he can simply print himself a new ship. There is a Cossack now. Opening up on him with the guns is probably going to be... Oh, never mind. He does go down there, though. 4 hits into the Cossack there. All right, so those torpedoes are going to continue on. Maybe sink the Conqueror? Yeah, it does sink the Conqueror. So there is just a flesh wound for Dilly there. Right, I'm going to take over control of the camera here from Dilly, simply because the replay gets a little sketchy when you start to do that. So friendly team is still down to 70 points. We have the Colbert and the Atago back here, but that's all we have, ladies and gentlemen. Tier 10 light cruiser and a tier 8 heavy cruiser against A Petropavlos, one of the toughest ships in the game, who just got his AP out on the Colbert. Thankfully, he didn't miss there, though. Okay, so he is burning down the Petro, but the Petro is quite resistant to HE. However, he does only have 12k health left. So if he can keep on him pretty consistently, that will probably be a dead Petropavlovsk here. Ooh, but the Petro AP... Thankfully, Colbert does have enough armor to bounce that. Atago getting his AP in on the Petro as well. And, well, that looks like it tickled him, kind of, sort of. Colbert just going full tilt into the Petro. Thankfully, being missed there by the Kearsarge. Takes out the Petro there. That leaves the U-19, I'm sorry, not the U-190, the Salmon up for the Colbert and the Atago to deal with. And the enemy team has a score of almost 400 points now, with 4 minutes left on the clock. Kills are needed in order to win this match. Colbert doing the dance of the ages against the Kearsarge, and thankfully most of them are misses. He also has torpedoes coming in from the submarine on top of all that. So he can't just grab an island and farm. He's got to keep moving now at this point. He has a couple of fires on the Kearsarge at this moment. Oh, but the Kearsarge does go dark. What health is the Atago at? The Atago is at 13k HP. I don't know if I want to be up here in the Atago, given how funny the geometry of the Atago is. More torpedoes coming in from the Salmon on the Colbert. Thankfully, the Colbert does dodge that. Here comes the ping yet again from the Salmon on the Colbert, and he misses that time, thankfully. Farming down the Kearsarge down to 12k HP. Fighting against that American battleship hill is very much an uphill battle. 3 minutes left. Things still have to die. A lot of things have to die in order for the friendly team to have a chance in hell of winning this match. Remember that the points bar is flipped in the replays now, so they are down by little under over 250-ish points at this moment. Pops his hydrocoupé search. That will give him more forewarning of the Salmon torpedoes that are coming in. Here come the Kazakh torpedoes from the right, though. Kearsarge planes popping up again. So he catches the Kazakh. That is just a dead DD. Oh, speaking of catching the Kazakh tries to girl boss a little bit too hard there. Some salvos out on the Colbert. There goes the Atago shells as well. Colbert, will he dodge these torpedoes? No, he dodged most of them, though. Down to 8k HP. Ugh. This is looking quite bad, ladies and gentlemen. Although the friendly team does have 2 caps now, so they will be gaining those points quite nicely. They only have 2 minutes to catch up. That's not quite enough to make up an over 200-point deficit. At this moment, they still need kills. The Colbert is just peppering the surface where he is seeing the hydrophone effect popping up, just in the hopes that that submarine's at the surface so his HE can damage him. He knows that... Oh, there's the Kazakh. Kazakh comes out of his smoke. And that should be a dead Kazakh there. Oh, Colbert with the ASW planes does get the Salmon and does get the Kazakh. But it's still not enough, ladies and gentlemen. The enemy team still has a, 70-ish, 80-point lead at this moment. You only have 1 minute and 30 seconds left to catch up to them. So that Kearsarge needs to perish. And the Colbert's down to 7,000 HP. The Kearsarge does have 12 16-inch guns. So, there he is. There he is. 14k HP left on the Kearsarge. Is he going to beach on that island? I think he's going to barely miss that. Shots coming in for the Atago. And let's see. Fires. No fires, but good HE alpha on that, though. Well, the Colbert is showing the island who's boss at this moment. Scooting forward, getting some clearance for those forward guns. On the Kearsarge is healing, though. And remember, he does have that improved American battleship hill. So that's going to be quite a decent amount of HP back for the Kearsarge. There, 50 seconds left on the clock. And keep in mind, the enemy still has a cap. So while all this time, their points are still gaining on the friendly team's points. There he is again, 17k, 18k HP because of that heal. Oh my god, this is going to be close. So the friendly team is now within 35 points of the enemy team, but again, we have 30 seconds left on the clock. The points only tick every, was it like 5-6 seconds? Oh boy, shells coming in. Just every 3 seconds, yeah. It's going to be close, ladies and gents, that's what I'm saying. 450 points left on the, for the enemy team, 450 points for the enemy team. 25-point gap, 10 seconds left on the clock, 20-point gap. Atago gets his AP out. Is he aiming for the right portion of the ship? Oh, he is! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, that was so close. Our hero, the Atago, the unlikely hero of the tier there's a tier 10 game. Oh my god. Okay, that was a match, ladies and gents. Dilly Willy still coming in second place overall. Our hero, though, only coming in middle of the team. That man should be given, I don't know, a cookie or something. Go get yourself a cookie, Caesar 200, for that effort there. So that was quite the unexpected replay. I figured our resident Shimakaze player was going to be up until the end, but I guess not. But again, quite the match there, ladies and gentlemen. So Dilly Willy, thank you so much for sending that in. If you have a replay or something similar like this sitting in your replay files, feel free to send it to the email and the link down below, and you can find your own replay being featured here on the channel. So hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful Thursday. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.